This is one of the new 2025 ground baits. It's called Mega Carp Method Mix. So it's one of them ground baits when you go to a venue, lots of venues now, there with bigger carp, they're feeding heavily during the summer. That's when this ground bait comes to its own. You can put it around a method as well, but to me, for what I do in my fishing, it's the edge fishing. When the edges get going, you're putting lots of ground bait in, you're putting lots of particles in as well. But this is slightly different because this has got bigger particles. The water takes a little bit longer to actually penetrate the bigger particles, and you can't quite put the same amount of water. It's one of them mixes, you just got to think out about it a little bit more. Now, if I was mixing this up like the whole bag, right, because that's obviously during the summer months you might be using the whole bag, even though that's a lot of ground bait, 2 kilos of ground bait. I'd put the whole bag in the bucket, and I would put 1.5 pints of water, not 2 pints. I know that, but that half a pint will actually make a big difference. But I'm going to mix up 2 pints to just half a pint of water. It's just one of those ground baits that we just couldn't get, even though it's a fantastic ground bait, we couldn't make it 2 pints to 1 pint. So I'm going to put half a pint of water in there. You've also got to leave this a little bit longer. And even just mixing that little bit of ground bait in that water there, you can see how wet it is. Because it takes a little bit longer, like I said, for the water to go in the dry mix. But it's a mega, honestly, it's brilliant. It's different colours. We got green, natural and red. Red for me, heavily coloured waters. There's a lot of people use red ground bait now. I think it's a bit different to what everybody else is putting in, like green and natural. But if you're into your green, there's a green, and obviously if you're into your natural, there's a natural version as well. But real heavy, real chunk. You could build a house with this stuff. It is really good. And the whole principle of that is when you put it in, it goes down. Not a lot comes off it. So you don't get a lot of cloud, because that in itself, in the summer months, when you're fishing for carp, and they are crafty, as we all know, you want to try and get it, whether you're cad potting or whether you're big potting, is to get that to go to the bottom, and the fish are rooting around the bottom, and obviously pick your hook baits out. It takes a little bit longer. I'm not going to do what I've done with the match method mix. Match method mix is in a bucket, add the water, mix it around, grab your riddle, put it through, and it's done. This is different. This is a 20-minute wait now to get that through a riddle. So it just takes as much water as it can on. But yeah, it is a mega mix. And what I'll do, I'll leave this for, I'm going to have a cup of tea, come back, and I'll show you the finished ground bait in just a few minutes. 10 minutes I've left that. I've had a cup of tea, come back, stuck it on a riddle. Now straight away, what you'll notice, this ground bait is kept its moisture. It feels damp. Now you're not going to be able to push this through one of those green riddles. You're definitely going to want the blue one. And if you want to, you could use the black one, which is the 8mm, I think. But I always push it through riddle. Sometimes you might not even have to riddle it, because it is one of those ground baits. But I personally like to riddle it, just to take every lump out, even though, look at it, that it goes straight through, no problem. And that now is heavy, damp, which is what that ground bait's all about. There's a lot of development gone into these ground baits, and that one took a lot of effort to get that right, because we wanted something that keeps it down. Even though you're in fishing in a real hot day, it's different. It's completely different to any of the other mixes that I've showed you, because it is about fishing in the edges. And obviously if you want to put that around a method, it's sticky enough to go on there as well. But the added thing is there's loads of different particles, loads of different colours. It smells really meaty, and the fish absolutely love it. That's the sort of bag, you know, since we brought it out, if I'm going carp fishing in the margin, if I'm going, you know, big fish fishing on the method, The nice thing is I can even mix my match method mix with that. And if I wanted a bit of both, if I wanted a bit of feed content in it, a little bit of different colours, that's what I do. Match method mix in my base mix, mix that mega carp margin mix in, or you can do vice versa. It's up to you. There's lots of variations, but that, as you can see, real chunky, big particles, lots and lots of different pellets, and lots of feed content in there, which the carp love during the summer months.